Banter Podcast with Colin Geddis.
What the fuck is happening, people? Welcome to the General Banter Podcast. Today is Tuesday, the 18th of August. We have a fan on over there. Do you feel it? Mm-hmm. My guest today...
I feel it blowing in both of our hairs right now.
Both of our hairs? My guest today is my wife. And it gets to the point where you're just like, listen, if everyone else pays to come on this podcast, you got to pay too.
Yeah.
So here you are, promoting your book and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. And we'll talk about that very soon after we mention our first podcast sponsor in a while. Cbd Flow. A great company straight out of NI who are have started up a CBD company. They're friends of ours. They get their CBD grown in the Netherlands. So you know it's that hardcore Dutch shit. And yep, they're stepping in. They've set up this thing. They've got a whole load of information here. I'll put it in the link below. But it says our journey began with the sea, and that goes on for 4 pages. They're basically like,
it's a small book.
What they should be going. Listen, it helps with, and I've saved this, and it does. You know, it helps with like the usual stuff. You know, it's sleep, anxiety, inflammation. Inflammation's the big one. They don't push that enough. You know what I mean? I've taken CBD instead of taking 15 fucking ibuprofens. Because people take it and they expect to be like, oh, I have full clinical depression. Will I take this and it goes away? No. What it does is it kind of works in the background and just eases things, eases inflammation.
We also have a friend who's taken it who'd never taken CBD before, and he says it's the first time he slept properly.
Yeah.
In years.
Yeah.
So it's just like more relaxed, isn't it?
Just relaxes you, chills you out a wee bit. The inflammation is a big thing. I've noticed it recently taking it just instead of taking fucking painkillers. You know, you get up in the morning, you're like, I worked out 4 days in a row, I'm so stiff. Let me take a CBD.
Also, it tastes nice, that one.
Yeah, this is the only one I've ever tasted that didn't taste like fucking pond water. This one tastes
it usually tastes like soil. This tastes like mint.
Yeah, most CBD is essentially bin juice.
Yeah, it's not that great.
But this one is mint flavoured coconut oil, and it's fucking delicious.
Just bad news for you who likes to eat.
Yeah, I mean, I'll
minty.
just drip that over a donut.
Yeah.
CBD, flowcbdlimited.com. To get some of that stuff. If you're on my Patreon, there will be a discount code available very shortly if you're on the Patreon. And another reason to get over there, aside from the bonus podcasts, I don't know if there'll be a bonus one this week because we've got MMA superstar Reese McKee coming in, which I might make public. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't want to hold that back from the people, you know what I'm saying? Someone also said, thanks for not putting in tiers on the Patreon because that's a twat move. Now, twat move? Twat move? That's a bit strong. Trying to run your business in a more productive sort of, lucrative way? You fucking twat. Do it for free and eat fucking dog food like the rest of us.
Yeah. Well, you didn't do it though, so.
No, I didn't do it because I wanted to. It's the dead on mafia, you know what I mean? Some people legit can't pay that much in, but they want to be part of the party. That's fine.
That's fine.
As long as when you start getting a job, make money, you fucking crank it up a notch. You know what I'm saying? You know? Anyway, if you're giving money to fucking Netflix and all they do is pedo documentaries, you can slide me £3. My guest today is my wife, Colin Geddis.
Hello.
Look at your watch, fancy. We're coming off the back of you doing an interview on the BBC, and it was on the iPlayer. Was it on the iPlayer or the Instagram?
Not iPlayer, no. It's not.
It has more hits than I have. If you took all my videos ever and put them together, your video has more hits on it. Because someone came to you and they were like, you've been through some shit. Could you tell us the benefits of, what was it?
Blood donation?
Yeah.
Well, that was the initial premise, was about blood donation. And then obviously it turned into more of like, look how mental the story is, which is fair enough. But
yeah.
I mainly did it because it was about blood donation. So I thought it was a good one. Because I had loads of people message me after I put up that photo, like whatever I got that one months ago, probably like December or something. And then someone from BBC was like, oh, I saw this and it sort of made me think, oh yeah, I never realised why, where your blood went or who might need it. So we thought this is a really good idea. And then he was approached also by the Northern Ireland Blood Transfusion Service, who said that after like COVID, obviously not many people came out anymore to donate. So they're running out,
yeah,
which is dangerous in hospital to run out. So
yeah,
it was more just, it was sort of a good timing to go, right, okay, it's actually perfectly safe to go give blood. I think a lot of people stopped because they thought I can't go, but you can go. It's all appointment based. It's fine. It's very safe. Probably the safest place. You know what I mean? You're there with nurses. That's it.
People are scared of doctors and hospitals and stuff.
They're the cleanest, safest.
But you'll fucking like a door handle in a spa, no bother.
Yeah, you'll go out to a bar now.
It's weird how people freaked out about that. I'm scared to go to hospital, as if it was going to be like fucking Dawn of the Dead. And then everyone that works on COVID wards and all, they were like, there was no one there. It's a pandemic. It was fake, made up by the Chinese to save bats.
Yeah.
Or something
more
like
or less,
that.
Yeah.
So
but anyway, give blood, guys.
Give blood, guys. I need to read up on it and see if you can give it if you're just an inked up guy. If you're full of ink, like myself. If you're the Ink Master General.
I don't know if it is the same, but at one point you have to wait a certain amount of months after.
Yeah, I think they changed it.
They might have done,
I think they just changed it, because they don't even ask you stuff like that. It's always like, have you had a blood transfusion? Have you had this? Have you had this? They don't ask you, like, have you had a tattoo? In
that's
fucking
on the list,
Chiang Mai in the last 2 months. Hey, did a guy give you a tattoo with a broken glass in fucking, what do you call that street in Phuket we were in?
Bangla Road.
Bangla Road, if you want to bangla a child in the asshole.
Dear.
Confusing place that, wasn't it? You're in a bar and everyone's like, and you're like, 12. She's 12. That's a little boy dressed as a girl who's 12.
They weren't. They just look young. They weren't actually. Most of them are actually really, really old. That was the weirdest part.
Yeah, some of the places, there were some haggard old women.
They were mainly old women. So what's weirder?
We've got on the weird path there. Talk to me. So you're a famous person. I mean, I'm glad I've got you on the podcast now. Before you do like a Michelle Obama.
Yeah.
And you, people are doing that now, like really famous people are just like, I think I'll roll over, scratch my bollocks and then put out like #1 podcast in the world. Yeah,
you seem to be able to like zoom to the top now with this stuff, don't you?
It's like, it used to be you would be famous and someone would be like, listen, scrawl some memories on some toilet roll here and we'll print it out and it'll go out at Christmas and you'll sell fucking 2 million copies and it's just a good earner. And now people are like, there's money on the table for podcasts. Why does
everyone write books though?
I don't know, because it's just
what makes some people who are like very middle of the road celebrities think that anyone wants to read about their life? Yeah. I know that sounds horrible, but genuinely you're like, totally. I don't really care what Danny Dyer has done the rest of her life.
Oh, the daughter?
Yeah. Well, before Love Island.
There's worse than her.
I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
There's worse than her.
And I like her, but I'm just
You'd be like, oh, Charlotte from Gogglebox has a children's book. And you're like, I might run out of toilet roll someday.
But is it just because you can sell books? It's like,
it's something
to sell. Why would you want to read those
brainless books? Gift. Like an autobiography or something like that is just I'm in Tesco's, it's someone's birthday, what do we get them? Socks and a fucking book.
No.
Jeremy Clarkson's blah-de-blah. That might be interesting because he's quite a funny guy on paper.
Yeah, but people know who he is. They might want to know about his life. It's the people I'm talking where you've maybe known them from one thing very, very recently. How do you, like, what would interest you in reading about their life? Unless they were a really interesting person, but there's just so many of them now. Like,
and you're also, you're 23.
Yeah.
What have you really got to say?
I only want to read one with someone's like, 70 and they're talking about their life, this crazy life they had because they were a rock star in the 70s. You know what I mean? You're like, that's...
Someone said
I
to me
want
once,
to hear about that.
You should write a book. And I was like, listen, bro, I've told my 3 stories on my podcast over and over and over again.
What would your book be? You hate books. You know what I mean? You don't like that.
Yeah, I'll do a quick skim through it to see if there's pictures.
You would do an audiobook, which is essentially this. Yeah. So you're already listening to it.
It would be an organised podcast. That's what my audiobook would be. And there would be a lot of tangents. Chapter 3, before I start... It's very warm in this room. This reminds me of a time where I was fucking black. And then there's like another hour and a half.
Do you know what else I hate? Before we start.
That's like the George Carlin bit. Here's a list of people I think should be dead. That's what my stand-up's going to end up like.
Yeah.
He just was like, I'm sugarcoating this, I'm sugarcoating it. And then he just got to the point where he's like, here's a list of people who should be dead.
Yeah, just straight to the point.
What a savage. What an absolute savage.
You're not quite as articulate as him yet, I don't think.
Excuse me? Till I Google that word. Don't come on here speaking Latin in front of me. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Jesus Cristo. We're big health guys, and getting real serious now. Someone thought it would be a good idea to go do yoga on the beach there on Sunday. We got rid of the child.
Yeah, he's gone now. So
Yeah, we put him in the boat, and he's grand. And we went to, what was the beach called? Downhill? Castle Down? Rocky Down? Down boy?
Yeah, downhill.
Downhill Beach, Castle Rock,
Yeah,
to do yoga.
yeah.
How did you find that?
Loved it.
Loved it. It was pissing down. It was cold. I still have a like me turn around and look at you right now. Tough because my neck was so cold for 2 hours.
God.
I need a tiger balm on it.
That's how boring your stories would be in your autobiography.
Yeah.
Did you sore neck?
Chapter 8.
Sore neck.
Yoga is bollocks. Change my mind. What's the point? Like,
What's the point? What do you mean? What's the point?
I've never done one where it was remotely interesting or challenging.
Right. Well, that one
was
wasn't meant to be challenging.
I was stressed. Like, is
There was
there?
a lot of people turned up, so it was a very
Yeah.
not beginners, but like it was a simple, easy, like flow kind of one. It was just lovely. You're at the beach. It's lovely. It's all about. It was mainly a breathing one as well. It was lovely. I really liked it. As someone who's incredibly stiff now after essentially not moving for 8 months.
Lazy.
Very lazy. But it's unreal how stiff you get.
Oh yeah.
Like from someone like
There's
I was
so many
quite,
butts in there. I was stiff as a cobra. I was the downward facing donkey. They call it.
God, something's weird. This is why people don't want you to come to things.
No, I'm
being
joking.
weird.
I was at the front, so if anyone had boners, it was always women.
Looking at your big flat hole in your face, like.
They know they were going. There's Geddis the stallion. Look at the ass. Is a stallion not a male horse?
Yeah.
And Megan the Stallion is called the Stallion. Anyway, yoga's
knows?
cool, isn't it? But yeah, there's definitely people going, Jesus, this big fat bitch is flexible, and then it would turn around and they would go, it's a man. This fat
Why
black
is
one.
his tit so big still?
Yeah, when he's doing that downward facing dog, he looks like a pregnant pit bull. Why is so many rows of tits?
Just hanging out underneath your legs. It's 2 nips, scraping the sand.
My dog tits. It was no, but it was good. But I'm surprisingly good at it.
I know. Yeah.
People were struggling. I was just bending all over the place. We have the Dead On Mafia in the Patreon. There should be like Dead On Yoga. But although Laura is very, she'll be like, we're going to do, she'll say the big fucking, this is the old fucking big long Indian word or whatever. And then she'll be like, or tree. You know what I mean? We're going to do a tree. We're not going to do I'm going to look it up. You ready?
Go.
Yoga term.
No, we do know Laura who was doing the class, so it was lovely. She's really good. I think it makes it if you have a good teacher. She explains things really easily. I went to one once and the guy was insane, and he would tell you to breathe this really weird way, like you had to breathe out, literally like make like you had to like exhale like really loudly, like everything you had to like really like expel the air really strongly, and I was just like, this is so weird.
I'd appreciate that.
And it was really and it was a really tiny room, like it probably was the size of this, and it was just really odd, and everyone's making these weird, and I was like, I don't know if I like this, and it was very he just did
like
everything really complicated. And he just didn't explain things very well. And then you go to someone else and it's like, this is lovely.
We went
to
to one
this.
before above a pub taught by an ex-con.
It's brilliant.
And
he's great.
Yeah. He was doing that thing where you're like, this is how you stretch your back and you do it with a partner. And I was the heaviest there by a straight up 16 stone disparity there. And you'd be like, I'll take you on my back. And I was like, this will be the last fucking yoga class you ever do, player. And he was like, you could hear the fucking discs rupturing up his back. And I was killing it there too, you know what I mean? It's like a cat licking its own nuts, that leg that goes up.
I know, you freak
so
people
flexible.
out how flexible you are.
But I do like, because Laura was good there, because she, instead of going like, guys, we're going to just move into the fucking Mata Sianciana, she'd be like, we're going to do a fish, alright? Well, she didn't say fish, but you know what I mean. Here, guys, get in the old Bunjang Sana Cobra, which is what I was doing. Stiff Bunjang Sana. Stiff as a cobra. With all the hot chick. No, you're doing that tree thing. She's like, rest your foot on the inside of your knee. I just flick my leg up, resting on my erect pace.
Oh, God.
Fucking Bunjan Sanas all over the place.
It was actually the least sexy class you could have done. Everyone was in fleeces because it was freezing.
Yeah,
so
I had a hoodie.
yeah.
I looked like a fucking loyalist paramilitary that just got out of prison. I picked I keep touching this mic, I'm sorry. I picked the worst sunglasses whenever I was in Specsavers for the prescription lenses. They're like...
Which is the most nerd thing you've ever said.
But they're like square. They're Quicksilver, you know?
Oh, cool.
Cowabunga. They were I was at the beach. I thought I'd put on my Quicksilver prescription papers and fucking oh yeah, they're like square. So they look like the glasses that would be like, you know, if someone was doing like a political statement as a paramilitary. Square glasses, thing over the mouth. Very, very PPE back in the day. And a hat. That's what I looked like. I had a hat on, I had a hood up and the glasses on because it was like a sandstorm. And freezing cold and my neck's stiff from the coldness. You know what I'm saying?
But apart from that,
Salabastana, locust. You know what I mean? 12 basic savanda. But no, it was a nice experience, and they had a who's this guy? Great fucking resolution on the pictures there. They had a guy taking photos, and the guy was like obviously just hired from somewhere, and he was like laughing basically. I could see his face the whole time, like, what the fuck is going on here? Do you see his face?
I didn't look at his face, no.
He was just like, and then there was drone shots. It was a good day.
It was fun.
And do you know what? Last week on the podcast, you weren't here. I slagged off, what do you call it? Hollywood quite a bit. I was like, fuck Hollywood. Because people are like, oh, Hollywood. And in actual fact, it's just a nothing. You can't park dump. And shout out Hollywood. And the North Coast too. It's like nice, but it's not that good. It's great. You know what I mean? Nice beaches, whatever. Facilities wise, bad. Options, bad.
Yeah, it's hard parking it.
Can't park anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, you pull into the town. It's a lot of people bottlenecking into. You know, it's like they're all going into one specific place. The whole road up there is bunged. So wherever you stop, there's a McDonald's, there's a garage, whatever. The whole way up, packed full of people. You know, I don't know what point I'm trying to make.
Well, once again, it would be nice if no one was there. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, they could do. I mean, you will go like on a Sunday, but you know, people are like, "Where's the best place to eat?" And people send you loads of stuff, and you check them all. Closed. Opened on just a Thursday between 11 and 11:15, and then reopens at 5 for 9 minutes. You know, and then people travel from all over the place to get a fucking toasty. You ever turn up at that place?
Yeah, we couldn't even get near it.
I mean,
I'm still determined to go to that.
Yeah, if you want to invite us down, guys, and we go round the back of the car.
What's it called? I can't. What is it called?
Fucking Megalodon or something. What's it called? Massive Megalodon.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Yeah, that's the name. It looks amazing, and I've wanted to go since they opened.
Invite us down, bring us round the back of the food truck thing, and just pass one out the back.
I would like to see you trying to fit in that actually.
I'll run through that for attention. Cause a scene. Just run at the side of the caravan. Poof. But yeah, you turn up there and you're like, what is this? Fucking Queen at Nebworth? Do you know what I mean? You're like, are we here? And you're like, what is this? Glastonbury? There's fucking...
Your mind always goes, there's a wake on in there.
800,000 people here to get a fucking cheese toasty. They must have a shipping container full of fucking Dairy Lee slices in there. How many? They're just cranking it, man. Hey, get a shop. Don't make me drive to a field and stand with all these people.
See, most people like sort of
in fairness,
adventure
it looks amazing. But what?
You're not into that?
What?
The adventure of like, we'll go and wait and we'll
stand in a queue is not an adventure.
I know, but you're like, nope, not doing it. As soon as you see that there's any effort, you're like, nope, next, not doing it, not worth it.
Now, I'm sure it's absolutely delightful.
It looks amazing.
However, it's a cheese toasty.
But I think we might have just got it at like peak time where you just couldn't get near it. You couldn't even park in the road.
It was a fucking, like, was it not like a Thursday lunchtime or something? In
yeah,
the pissing rain?
I think that was like holiday week.
And there was still 40,000 people at it. 40,000 people. But I know people from the North Coast and they're like, oh, this place needs fucking bit of money injected into it and stuff because people just turn up for the golf and, you know, and fucking jizz all over the place and go home. Wreck it.
I'm sure like any seaside town though, it must be hard when you live there and then there's good weather and you can't go to a coffee shop yourself.
Yeah,
where you live, and you can't go to the beach because it's full, and you'd be like, "Oh,
it's like people who
I think I would be one of those people being like, "Why are you here?"
Well, that's probably why.
Go home.
That's probably why they fucking rent their house out for summer and they go somewhere else. But it's like Edinburgh during the Fringe. You're like every other time, you're like, "This is lovely."
I'm sure people in Edinburgh this year are probably they're either enjoying it or they probably are missing the kind of buzz. I'm sure there's plenty of people who love it, like in your own town, like all this buzz.
Plenty of people
and
missing
all these
out
bars
on the money, obviously.
Well, yeah, of course.
Like.
But lots of people are missing it.
If you say to your mate like, can I stay with you for like 2 months or a month even, and I'll go halfers on the rent that I just charged, you made yourself $2,000 doing fuck all. But yeah, the North Coast is weird, like, isn't it?
It's lovely though.
But there seems to be like a million places to eat. Loads of people send you suggestions, but then you're just like, where is it?
We didn't plan it very well, no.
We went to a place. Yeah, that's the thing. That's my advice. If you go on the North Coast, do it 3 weeks in advance, research a lot of stuff and book it in, because we went to a burger van and the girl was like, we've a slot here in like fucking 2 hours.
I know, we're like,
and I was like, this is a burger van?
I know.
This is a burger van?
But at least your face would have hidden your disdain for this.
What? Really?
You're like, no problem, see you.
I say a lot of things, probably too loud.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. And then as I walk away and I'm like half a metre away, I'm like, what sort of fucking half-arsed hipster shithole is this? You can't even get a fucking burger. Tell you what, this was fucking nuts corner to get a fucking burger. Window down out the car. Don't be saying, but fucking no stars. It's like something like that. Like, it's a burger van. It's convenience. You walk up, we cook you one, hand it to you. We've got a time slot. Who do you think you are?
I mean,
Nando's.
You have to book everything these days, though.
And then we tried.
Weird, isn't it?
Then we tried to go to McDonald's. I bet a burger van, like,
I know.
unbelievable. Go to buy a Coke out of a vending machine. Sorry, we're not open till fucking 4:10. If you want a bottle of Sprite, sort your fucking right. Anyway, I'm sure it's very, very tasty. How's your pussy, Maureen? Wet ass or what? I'm gonna. That's such a dad thing to go. What's a wet ass pussy? You got an ass pussy?
What is a wet ass pussy?
We're gonna talk about it because everyone's talked about it, and it's clippable. You know, we'll talk about the wet ass pussy song, and we'll clip it, and it'll just join a trend of people talking about it. It's great. I've heard 10 podcasts where they talk about it already. Yeah.
Do you think they made this song just for the attention?
Yeah, yeah. Because if you were they said something like, "Oh, female power." And they showed like the Billboard charts of or not, it was like YouTube views or something, and it was like Tekashi 6ix9ine had 2 songs, and then Cardi B and all beat them on the thing. And what that is a collective of people who are just shock value type people. You know, it's not like best albums of all time. It's like, who did the fucking most ridiculous shit to get you the most views, you know? And I don't care about the song. You know, people are cracking up. It's very crude and all. It's easy to do crude. I do it every fucking comedy set I do.
Yeah.
You know? But it's just a bit shit. But of course, we'll listen to it. Can't play the real one. Play this one. Not a garter snake, she needs a king cobra. Holler at me. Now, it would be funny. You see, this is the thing. People always give me shit. Like, play the clip you're watching. I can't play the real song. Because I've done it before where I played, like, I was literally talking about music. And I was like, remember this. And I played 3 or 4 different clips. And it just wouldn't upload to YouTube. And I had to cut it out.
It's annoying that.
So I can't do it anymore. But they are playing a radio edit of that wet ass pussy. And it's like, he got a... And I got a macaroni... Got a fucking... They sneaked the fucking in there. But it's like impossible to listen to.
I know, it's
why
so
bother?
funny when you hear it in like Radio 1.
And I don't even know what they're saying instead of
why?
wet ass pussy. I got a real nice... It's like...
I know, it's something stupid.
He's got a beard, I'm trying to wet it. got that sugary puss. I guarantee you Cardi B's puss does not taste like sugar. I would say it tastes more like a nightclub urinal. Don't want to spit, I want to gulp.
Oh,
I wanna go, I wanna gag, I wanna choke, wanting to touch that little dangling thing that swings in the back of my throat. Head game is fire.
So, yeah.
cool.
Lot of hidden messages there. What do you think she means by I want you to hit that dangly bit in the back of my throat? Let's break it down in a sort of poem type way.
I know. They'll talk about this for years, won't they?
Yeah,
The beautiful
no.
lyrics.
They won't talk about it past next week. We're too late. We're already too late.
Head game is fire. Unani day is sunny. It's going in and dry, baby, coming out soggy.
Going in dry, coming out soggy. Like when you microwave a rustlers.
That's probably what she was thinking, I would say.
I don't know. I'm so.
But like, do you know what I mean? You feel like just in a year's time, no one will remember. It'll be another crazy song to put out. So do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, of course it's lyrics. Of course, it's all about female like sexuality,
Like,
whatever.
do you
It's
remember
all
that?
great,
Do you
like
remember that
whatever. But
fucking-
like,
remember that song? Boom, boom,
funny
boom.
song.
Let me hear it say way. Oh, like there was a radio edit of that, and then the real version was filth.
oh yeah, that's
Like
right.
stick
Yeah.
your pussy in my face, rub your titties in my asshole. I don't know why he's Indian. I seen an Indian word there.
That's right. Yeah. As you
Stick your
say,
taint all in my eyes. Boom, boom, boom. Piss inside my piss hole. Oh, I say boom, boom, boom.
you piss inside someone else's
Fucking
piss.
watch me. Boom, boom, boom. Gonna jizz in your vulva. Hello. What's the crack? Give me foot job on the bus. Meow. Bam, bam, bam.
But I think you said this, wasn't it? Like, it's not the first dirty song.
It's not.
But people are going as if like, oh my god, look at her like saying all this stuff.
The worry
It's
is
just, you
you're
know.
gonna get a fucking 8-year-old on
know.
TikTok being like, "It's going in dry, but it's coming out soggy."
I know.
Mommy.
I
See
think
in
that's why I
school.
don't like it. I think that's why I don't like sometimes songs like that.
I mean, I was listening to. Oh, I forgot this. Sorry, we're going fucking. Welcome to Colin's Vintage Viral. We play you clips from 15 years ago, pre-internet. In fact, it's pretty much just you've been framed. Here's my sister.
Boom, boom, boom. Now let me hear you say, way-ho. I say boom, boom, boom. Now everybody say, way-ho.
The flow is second to none. Boom, 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 boom.
So it's
Everybody
actually-
say way up.
It's hard to do that.
I say boom, boom, boom. Now let me hear you say,
Yeah,
way
it is. You're right. Your brain naturally picks up patterns. It
Yeah.
would be hard to
It's
stammer
hard
yourself.
to do that.
ho. I say
Like the
boom,
beats
boom,
go like this. Boom, 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 way up.
boom. Now everybody say, way-ho. Boom, boom, boom. Now let me hear you say, way-ho. I say boom, boom, boom. Now everybody say, way-ho.
The only way you can be that off time is if she's full clinically deaf. Pum 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 is that way, huh? Anyway, I was
Where's
trying to
she
get the out there brothers. Let me see. Out right. This is good audio, isn't it? Out there brothers duo. They're a duo. They make poems. Boom boom boom. Everybody say away. Oh, is there dirty? Is there like a dirty version of this? If I remember correctly.
Old school, dirty.
Stick my penis in
Look
your
up the
butt.
dirty version.
Out there brothers boom 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 lyrics. Boom boom boom. Like some dudes sat in a room with an actual pen and wrote, "Let me hear you say wayo. Let 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 me hear you say wayo." Jesus Christ. Yeah, girl, your booty is so round. I just wanna. Should we play some music? I don't have good music. Oh wait, that button's broke, but we'll come on. I don't have good music. Girl, your booty is so round.
Yep.
I just want to lay you down. Let me take you from behind. I won't come until it's time. What time? Dinner time? But if I cannot sleep with you, maybe I could have a taste. Put your nanny on my tongue. and then an ad for children's shoes. And then, and your booty on my face. You know? Put your nanny on my tongue, ad for children's shoes, and your booty on my face. I'm going to make you shake it till you break it. Careless. Was it? Oh, caress. Caress your body until you're naked. Bend you over, grab your shoulder. Slip my Peter inside your folder? Bro,
What?
Cardi B, where are you at? You're getting rinsed out here by the fucking out there, brothers. Make you sweat, get you wet, pump it faster to make it better, dim the lights, then lock the room. Who is this? Weinstein? Because now it's time for me to hit that boom. I mean, it absolutely doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
And see, so they say, let me hear you say wow. So they're supposed to be saying they're having sex with someone and they're going, wow, like that. That's what they're...
Yeah, and there's a girl...
That's playing in
there's
their
a
mind
girl...
right now.
I mean,
saying wow.
there was no phones back then, so she was probably just playing a Game Boy, and he's going... and she's just going, wow, to like keep him amused.
Yeah.
Put your nanny on my tongue. Boom, boom, boom. And then repeat chorus 47 times.
I mean, it's a classic, isn't it?
But that was, you know what I mean? That was scandal back in the day. There would have been 8 or 10 of us standing around a Sony Walkman going, stick your nanny on my tongue. And then we were like those black guys reacting that thing. Oh! You know? And then someone's ma would shout, customer! You're wanted! And then he would go home and get the shit kicked out of him.
You're wanted.
Yeah. Because he was wearing white jeans and got them dirty. Come home, I knock a bollocks out of you. Have you practiced your flute today? But anyway, what I'm saying is, it's boring how many times something scandalous comes out and it's already happened, or people will forget about it tomorrow. You know what I mean? Stick your nanny on my tongue is way more stinking than, you know, swipe my pussy in your nose like a credit card or whatever.
I mean, just saying it.
But yeah,
That thing like the cops is behind me. Spit
what I'm not looking forward to, and I'm not a big nightclub frequenter, but it'll just be full of, and you know, let's be politically correct about it, fat munters being all like, I need a man with a big fucking dick. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And they're essentially a Vietnamese potbelly pig has been dragged through what shops goes down? NV.
now you're trying to sign me. Yeah.
Decent tone off that guitar, we'll say.
Yeah. Give me some good ass pussy, babe.
It's beautiful.
Bring me a bucket and a mug for this wet ass pussy, babe. Give me everything you got. Give me everything you got. Give me everything.
Yeah, we'll get it now. I mean, it's kind of a sexy song if it didn't have two of the biggest fucking dumpsters in music in it. You know what I'm saying?
Not a fan of Cardi B, no.
She's funny, like, but she's got tits like chameleon's eyes. They're all over the shop. Have you seen them out?
No.
Honest to God, one's looking at you, one's looking for you.
Well, obviously, yes, in her song.
So Megan Thee Stallion's got a wet ass pussy, and she has probably a wet ass, and she also has a bullet hole in her foot. If you want to get real freaky.
Does she?
Yeah. Stick your dick inside my foot, wiggle it. She got shot the other day, didn't she?
I don't know. I don't keep up with current affairs anymore.
These are not current affairs, are they? Man, I believe the situation in Yemen is worsening by the minute. Having said that, Megan Thee Stallion has been shot in the foot. So if you're tired of fucking that wet ass pussy, give her the old fucking stigmata ride. Buck that foothole. Stick your nanny in my tits, wank all on my face and butt, shit onto my toes and fuck my foothole. Shout out to whoever told me that story about the two gay dudes, and the guy was fucking him in the stoma hole and he got gonorrhea around the stoma hole.
I think, is this why I don't
Make a note
really...
of that now, that's the name of the podcast. Gonorrhea around my stoma hole.
No.
That sounds like a Muse album.
It's not.
Oh, God,
Is that why these songs, I'm just like, it doesn't really, like, it doesn't even sort of register with me because I hear you talking like this so much? It's sort of just like, oh yeah, I know someone else who knows bad words in a line.
If I get so hyper and full of coffee, I'll just start making up words like a fucking word.
I know, that's just our
Just like a
house.
word generator with filth. Or if I drop something hurt, like I'd hurt my foot or something, like I kick something. You know, I'm like, oh, knife my cunt.
I know.
In front of the child. I'm like, he doesn't know what that is.
Piss in the air is a good one you say a lot.
Piss in the air.
Piss in the air.
Yeah.
Like, what is it like? Just when you're really annoyed, it's piss in the air.
We'll move.
So
We'll move on to some questions in a wee minute.
yeah,
I'm super excited about going to see about this new car that I've purchased over the weekend.
yeah.
It's a older Mercedes with an engine in it that would pull a 18-wheeler. What am I doing? But here, it's fun. We'll get it polished up. We'll take it out on the weekends because we can only really afford to go to whatever the closest petrol station is.
Yeah.
And it'll be like, and we'll get 2 barista bars,
Yeah.
about turn, and get
Fill it £50 and
fucking
then
to the brim.
You got that takes you home.
Yeah, it's literally the diesel's falling out the back of it, but it sounds good. You know what I'm saying? That'll
Big car guy.
big car guy over here.
So-
I'll walk over to it and put on my concerned face and be like, oh, aye, black is it? Oh, aye, is it the 4-wheeler version of this?
Suppose it starts with a key, does it?
Is that one of them ones with the windows all the way around it? Fuck, you don't see many of them. Not you do not. Hard to get, no. Sure. Jesus, aye, fucking the rubber tires on it. Rare, I'll yoke that. Rare. We went to buy. I had to go with your dad to buy a car yesterday, and worst guy probably did buy a car off you. Nothing gets by him.
No.
You know, he was walking towards it and he hadn't seen it yet. And he was like, "That door doesn't open right, does it?"
I know. He just yeah. If you actually know about cars, you must be a nightmare to try and
Yeah,
someone sell a car for you.
like someone was trying to sell it, and it was a quick buy. Just because someone needed a car quickly, and he's just like, he could walking over to it. He was like, "I know how many miles are on this car just by sensing.
You could smell them.
I can smell the miles off that car
Yeah.
already." And then he didn't really hammer them, to get them down super low, because he said out loud, and they definitely heard it, it looks like they need the money.
Oh, my dad's the worst. He doesn't.
Sure,
He doesn't know how to whisper.
He goes, they're
We
getting
all
a bit
said
too
it.
much. He came back to the car to get cash, like, and he's because I had to drive his car home, and he's literally like, I'll give them it. They look like they need it, and they were inches away. They look like they need it.
He doesn't whisper. We say this all the time. He doesn't know how to whisper. You'll be somewhere, and he'll be like, "Here, that's," and he just
The amount of
will
times-
talk away from his
The amount of
face.
times we've been in a
It's not
pub.
whispering.
There's the alarm there. The amount of times we've been in a pub and someone will be playing like in the corner, and your dad will just be like, "Not great, is he?"
Yeah, that's shite, isn't it?
Sure, why would you? Hope we're not paying him for that bollocks. And the guy's like a meter away playing a fucking banjo.
Yeah.
Was he deaf, do you think? That actually happened to us. Remember we went to Tom
yeah.
the Bear's old house and went to the bar next door, and hey, fucking friend in the bar next door. And we went in, and the guy was singing, and the guy he was doing all right. Most of the vocals were drowned out by the guitar, which was much too loud. And his parents were there, and the guy had 2 hearing aids in. Now, I'm all for do whatever you want. But, it affected the performance, is what I will say.
He's also playing country music,
Yeah,
so
it wasn't off to a good start. The fucking country music. Country music sucks. It's shit. It's absolute bag. So that's fact. Let's get some questions from Instagram. We got loads rolling in for you, Maureen. If I put up a request just for me, no questions.
no one cares.
But if Maureen's involved, question city, as they call it. Put your nanny on my tongue and your fingers in my poo.
Well, that'll be you doing this all day now.
Will you make any more I Am Fighter? We're making a final video and then we're done because I'm 33. These questions are for me. Well, Colin, ever watch a GAA game, hurling or football? No, not in its entirety.
You have.
I've seen it's
them.
been on the telly, but it's.
You've never been to one live, anyway.
I'm just not a big sports guy.
No.
Yeah, I'm just not. I mean,
Yeah, like you also-
hurling is an exciting game,
Yeah.
but I would never fucking sit and watch it on telly.
But you also wouldn't watch a soccer match either.
Yeah,
or
I wouldn't watch a
anything.
soccer match. I wouldn't watch a fucking soccer match. it's just not for me. I do like watching fighting. I have a lot of fights to catch up on. I've missed a lot of fights. Get on that fight
Yeah,
path.
you only watch fights.
And rarely. Thought on A-level grade prediction fuck up was affected myself after being predicted a B and getting a B in my repeats last year, but was given a D this year because banter.
Oh,
Yeah,
I think that's so shit.
Yeah.
I honestly think it's horrible because I don't know, like I'm probably like a lot of people. Sometimes you do better in your exam.
well, of course, everyone
Because you
fucking coasts all year, and then
Yeah,
you
you just like,
step
oh,
up
gosh.
for the exam
Yeah.
or not. But like,
Yeah.
I just think there has to be like,
I think they would have downgraded me and I got like 2 A's and a B and like, do you know what I mean? Whereas because all year I'm very like minimal amount of work to get by and then do my exam, I'll concentrate because it's just me doing it. Like I'll just go in and do really well.
yeah.
I got like top, business studies in like Northern Ireland. But during the year you're like,
And
yeah,
of
whatever.
course, you found a way
I'll
to
be like half.
bring it round.
No,
to
I just mean like
yourself.
half the year I'm like falling asleep in class because I just don't care. Do you know what I mean? Whereas I know
Yeah.
when I want to do the exam, I want to go to whatever.
Yeah, you save
Do
it
you know
for
what I mean?
you save the energy for the last round.
Yeah, but also a lot of things, you could do it so like English literature. You do all year all this work, and then it comes down to an exam.
Mm-hmm.
You could do essays all year, doesn't matter, because you do your exam, they grade you in the exam. So you just need to do well then. So you need, and you get off school and you learn. You know what I mean? You've got your like study leave and everything.
Yeah,
I just think it'd be so shit. I think it's really bad.
yeah. You can't.
So bad.
I just think you just have to fucking.
Because you're not actually tested.
Yeah,
I think
it's-
that's the hard part.
It's crazy
You don't actually know
circumstances,
what your
and you
grade
have
would
to
have
just
been.
let it slide for a year. You have to be like,
It's
okay, you
just-
were COVID year, so
I
you
know.
just fucking.
You feel like everyone should just, I don't know. But yeah.
also,
because-
just make them do exams later or something.
I know, but uni starts in September. You can't do that. But the thing is, if you
The
got...
good thing is, university's fucking pointless anyway.
I
But
know, but, that doesn't matter.
yeah, you got.
But if you got a D and you did an exam and you went, do you know what? I just knew I absolutely just, did really shit in that exam, whatever. You kind of accept it because you know how you did and you know that you got there and you didn't know the answer to the question or you did really shit or your timing was off. At least you can accept that. If you got a D because someone just gave you one, you'd be like, no.
Yeah.
You would never settle on that.
Yeah.
And I've seen on the news.
Someone's giving you the
people-
D and you didn't want it.
I know. Well, there you go.
Hashtag me too. So you just got me too on your A levels.
I know. Shit.
It's very unfortunate, but do you know what? It's fine. It's fine. Do you know what I mean?
Not really. I think you'd still be really disappointed.
Yeah, I'd be really. I don't understand. I don't know. I don't hang around.
It's alright for us though, because we're like, whatever. How many years since we left school? Like, over 10 years anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. Could be 15 years for you. It doesn't matter to us now because in our, A levels don't matter day to day to us. But when you're doing them, you do need them to start
Yeah.
you up to the next pro. Now, eventually, when they're 30, they mightn't need them either.
Yeah.
It mightn't matter at that stage.
What I will
but it
say
matters
is
to you when you need them.
The whole thing is a nightmare, and I wouldn't worry too much about it. You're gonna talk to a lot of people who got fucked over similarly.
Yeah, well, that's the only thing.
But I think
If
it'll be
everyone's
fine.
kind
Do you know
of
what I
like
mean?
that in
You
the same
can-
boat, but
You can find your way into any career.
that is true. But it would still be disheartening to get a low grade when you were predicted a high one, even if you
Yeah.
never used them.
Yeah,
Even if you didn't go to uni, you might still want to have done really well in your A levels
true.
for yourself. your
Now,
own-
when I did my A levels, I already knew I was getting into art college, and I
What did you get?
did not give a fuck.
I know, I can imagine.
BCD,
Did you?
yeah. But
Really?
what?
BCD, really?
But I did nothing.
I know, I
I was
can
basically doing art, and I already knew I was getting into art college, and I even got a fucking B in that. And the other two were like technology and IT, and I did nothing.
You just didn't
I
care.
did nothing. No revision. Walked in,
Yeah.
did the test. Who gives a fuck? Learning about like old ice. You know what I mean? Like, how do you? What's a fucking LAN? You know them things? One of them fucking stupid tests in ICD. How do you? What else do you format a fucking floppy disk? That's how old I am.
See, I got 2 A's and a B, and I was really disheartened at my B because I was nearly got an A.
Yeah, I didn't
But it was politics, and it was a really difficult year for some reason for everyone in politics. So, and it annoyed me.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Didn't matter at the end of the day, but like it annoyed me that I was like a few marks off.
grades. I mean, fuck them. You know what I mean? Had you been able to study what you wanted to study, my grades would have been good.
Well, yeah.
I don't think I give a fuck about pneumatics. Put your nanny on my tongue. How was your day? How has your day-to-day routine changed with a baby? Do you leave like you are more productive with your time? Do you leave like
Sometimes.
Do you live like you're more productive? Well, definitely, like, you know, I'll come up to the office here. I have to almost get everything done while I'm here,
Yeah.
bar like posting and stuff. Because it would be hard to take that chunk of, if you were at home, it'd be hard to take that amount of time to just like record a podcast. This would be hard to do if we were in our house.
Yeah.
Because you'd be all like, oh, pass me the remote. That'd be you. Nothing to do with the baby. Baby's self-sufficient.
Pass me the remote.
Yeah.
That's the most annoying thing.
Yeah.
Pass me the remote. Okay.
Yeah,
It's definitely more complicated, maybe, isn't it?
Yeah.
To go places.
But it is planning, and if it's one thing I'm good at, it's planning.
I actually think it's a good thing because you do have to separate work and home now a bit more, and you were very bad at doing that before.
Was this Russell Howard, HuffPost? Oh, go away, man. Go to end. I agree. Russell Howard leaves stage 5 minutes into comedy gig after 5 minutes into comedy gig after catching audience member filming. You've ruined it. Stand-up star told a female fan in front, that's literally the worst thing you can do. Comedian stormed off stage 5 minutes. He has a point. Like, I don't know if I would get that serious about it. Like, but yeah, people like him, bigger stars. You know what I mean? Hasn't been doing stand-up for months, and then he goes up and he's trying to find his feet again. You know, I'm sure he's been doing stand-up long enough where he's entertaining and funny. But you're still, I don't understand why people film
I don't understand either.
Now, I get like, oh, take a photo, put it in your fucking stories, tell people you've been there, whatever. But see, like, just you see people just sitting there, and I
there's
genuinely,
people to sit like this.
but I genuinely think that's like a
minutes.
social anxiety thing. I think people just can't sit and watch a thing. They
can't
have to
just
be like, I'm exposed, I feel embarrassed, there's loads of people sitting around me. I need a comfort blanket of sitting here recording it. But like, it's fucking, like, I had people in the Odyssey sitting doing that, and you're like, there's fucking like 7 cameras set up here.
We're paying people a lot of money to film this really well.
professionally. It will be available. You're not gonna sit there and watch 40 minutes on your fucking phone of me talking shit from a terrible angle
But
with shit
also,
audio.
technically, which people forget, you filming someone who it's their job, say, it's like a copyright thing. You're not really allowed to film someone this is their, you know, art in a way, and just be like, well, I have it saved now.
But that's how a lot of comedians get in shit is people film it.
Yeah.
And they put a bit up out of context. And then people don't even watch the clip, and they just go, oh, there's a clip that exists of a person saying this.
Yeah,
and they haven't even seen it,
Yeah.
and it's completely out of context, and everyone fucking laughed anyway. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you should, you know, it'd be like fucking just being in a dentist and just sitting filming somebody.
Doing their job.
And they, you know, they make a wee mistake, or they drop a thing on the desk and they just put it back, and you're like,
yeah,
you didn't watch that? Haha, you fucking piece of shit. I'm going to ruin your life. In no other walk of life do you get to do that. You don't get to just film someone for fucking half an hour.
If you went into someone's shop and just started filming them as they were helping you at a shop, you'd be like, oh, you can't do that.
Yeah, I'm just making sure you do your job right.
Yeah.
I know that's probably not why they're doing it.
It's
They're probably
not,
just to
but-
have it or something, but just fucking, you
I
don't
think people-
need 20 minutes of footage.
Like, a lot of comedy clubs, your phone would be taken off you if you took your phone out at all. But in Lavery's, I've seen loads, and it's usually someone drunk, to be fair. But they'll be at the front row, and the comedian's like here, and they're just like filming like this, like that. And it's just a big screen lit up in the blackness, and you're going, take your... To me, it's just like, it's actually kind of a bit rude or something, because
it's
you're like, you're not actually
it is rude, like,
taking part. You're not having a good time. You're just like filming,
But
and you're
also,
just and then you just didn't do this,
how
and then
fucking
they're like,
stupid are you that
trying
you
to send
paid
it.
in to do that?
I know, I don't get it.
You dickhead.
I think people should really just try and enjoy things they're at more.
If you watch
Even when you see like concerts of things, you're going, yes, obviously you want to film, as you say, like everyone wants to put up stuff on their Instagram, whatever, but like the whole set, we didn't see it in 1975, me and my sister, and this girl, I mean, the full hour and a half phone up, and you're like, just watch it. They weren't enjoying it. She was watching it through her phone.
But also, like, what are you going to do with that? It
I
serves
don't know.
no purpose.
You're never
It's
going to watch
shit
it
quality.
again.
Like,
You're never going to watch it
it's probably
again.
too loud for the phone to pick up, so it'll just be like,
Yeah, the sound's always really
like
bad.
that. Idiots. Like,
But I feel like they should, I don't know how
a lot
you
of people
do it, but like...
there's a company now, I forget the name of it, but like big comedians use it, like Joe Rogan and Chappelle.
You put your phone in
The
a thing.
company who comes into the venue and you ziplock your phone.
Yeah. Yeah, so
and they have to unlock the ziplock.
Yeah, I totally agree. But then there's an element of like you need your phone for emergencies, but that's the whole point. Like it'd be good if you didn't have to do that to people.
Yeah.
But people are so addicted to filming everything they do.
It's just so
that
stupid.
they can't just sit and enjoy something anymore.
So stupid. Pointless.
Do you remember we were watching actually? It's probably over like the Glastonbury time, and we started watching like old Glastonbury stuff and then like Live Aid and stuff. And you're like, everyone there, no one even has a camera.
Yeah.
Like not even like a camera hardly. Everyone was just like having the best time.
Sure,
no one does that anymore.
But it's been going on forever, because if you watch Richard Pryor live in concert, he walks. It's legendary because he walks out cold. There's no intro. People are still getting to their seats, and there's a guy at the front like just on the old camera like taking photos, and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing? Sit your ass down!" And he's like, "Who are you gonna show that to?" Like it's such a funny thing to say. Like, who are you gonna show that to? You fucking loser! Like, and the guy just doesn't flinch. Keeps taking photos. He's just like. No wonder Josh fucking from Queens of Stone Age just booted some fucking lesbian's head off.
You could get why.
And then was like,
really
sorry, I thought it was a guy.
You'd be really pissed off, wouldn't you? Like,
Well, yeah, especially, I mean, the story came out after that. Like, it said no flash photography.
yeah.
And someone's right at the front taking thing. And he's had a couple of, liters of vodka or whatever he drinks. And just fucking
Also,
hoofs them in the face.
Another thing, why do people put flashes on?
Yeah.
At a full, like,
Do you think-
arena?
Do you think you're going to light?
A flash?
Yeah.
A flash.
Yeah.
Or like camera light on their phone. You're going, are you actually, all you're glowing up is someone's head in front of you?
Now, I have Patreon and I have the Dead On Mafia and all that carry on. But never underestimate how retarded 90% of people are.
Oh,
They're fucking idiots. Like,
it blows my mind.
everyone is mainly thick.
But I think it's going to like really affect, I don't know, like humans' brains in the future where they don't actually experience things firsthand anymore.
No.
It is like being in the Matrix. You're basically putting yourself in the Matrix.
Well, it's slowly getting
You're
cut off.
watching it through your phone.
It's slowly getting cut off anyway. Like, COVID, masks, can't see anyone's face, not allowed out. People are going to prefer to be in, fucking zooming each other and everything. People are already talking about like social anxiety about actually talking to a person.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, I've just fucking, or friends even going like, what's weird to see you in person because I've just been talking to you on the screen or whatever.
Yeah, because used to the screen where you're like behind it and you're like sitting there and you can hide and you don't have to.
Yeah, you can have your
you're not
penis out.
actually. There's no body language to read, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Or smells.
Or smells.
This
No
is from
showers.
Gary told it. Do you ever feel not arsed with the podcast because presumably you have other stuff going on in your life and constantly having to put out content and regularly? Does it ever become a chore? Yeah, of course it does. I mean, it's like any other fucking job. There's gonna be days where you're like, if I could just sit at home and scratch my bag and watch MasterChef, I would much rather do that. But yeah, so like yesterday we were supposed to record with Aaron and that sort of fell through, and I could have recorded myself, but yesterday I was like, I have nothing really to talk about. Whatever had happened, I feel like I would have just been really forcing it out. So I just didn't do it. Left it a day. There's that sort of thing. Or there has been weeks where, say I'm working on something else, I'm just like, I would be just doing a podcast because I said I would do 2 a week. And you would honestly be better off with 1 a week than a second one of me just talking shit. But now that we've got struck oil with something like put your nanny on my tongue, worthwhile content, wholesome, feel good content. You know what I'm saying? Cbd Flow, which I might actually rub on my actual shoulder in a minute. Let's hit some more questions. What happened to the goths at City Hall?
They're still there.
I
don't know.
I don't know. You're not allowed out. I haven't been in Belfast in quite some time. I mean, it's not so much goths, but I've seen this new sort of generation of like these sort of like emo goth rapper types who obviously are big fans of Lil Peep and other wastes of fucking
Yeah, I
space
think it's
like
just
that.
transformed into something
I
new,
saw
hasn't
this
it?
guy. I swear to God, this guy had like a weird sort of dad cap on. Underneath it, he had this sort of like luminous green Billie Eilish hair, right? And then he had a hoop earring with a cross on it. And then he's wearing a fucking like oversized Thriller red jacket, Kappa tearaway button pants, and cowboy boots. And the fringe all over his eyes, like, standing this fucking your bitch. Like one of those like wee mumble rappers. And that's when I was like, I'm old now.
Yeah, I don't understand this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like going, hi guys, just a quick question. What the fuck are you doing? Because at least all those other generations had like subsections where you're just like, that's a goth, that's a metal guy, that guy's a white guy who likes rap, this guy's a fucking scumbag boy
real
racer who
obvious.
listens to like happy hardcore.
Yeah.
You could pigeonhole people. Now you're just trying to be wacky and you don't know what you are. You're like, you're a depressed rap guy who looks like an explosion in fucking TK Maxx. What are you doing? Postmodernism, Maureen.
So alternative, it goes right back around,
Yeah.
and it just everyone is
So
the same, and no
it's
one knows what they are anymore.
It's just straight up bad. By the way, original doesn't mean good, and I've been saying that about comedy for a long time. It's because that's what they would look for in like Channel 4 briefs. We're looking for originality. Why? It's a comedy show. Look for comedy.
Yeah.
If you're there's legit places would pass up like fucking Curb Your Enthusiasm because they probably went, oh, there's too many like mock doc style. We need like
It's an old guy mock doc.
who's the
boring.
next Mighty Bush? Who's a fucking 50-year-old pretending he's a wacky cunt? We need that. This is one of the best TV shows of all time. No. We're not looking funny. Remember, we're looking for original comedy.
I think that's what our generation is. It's just what's new, not what's good.
20 high fives for you. Exactly.
Like, nothing's good anymore. Nothing's like quality. Like, wow, that's amazing. Like, if you look at the Cardi B song and you look at, a Led Zeppelin song of the time one day that would have came out and that was new to someone, are you going to be singing and talk about this song in 30, 40 years?
Wet ass pussy.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's like, is this what
That's
our
gonna
generation is?
The rate it's going now, that'll be someone's wedding song.
I know.
Some fucking asshole in like the Crawfords burn in and be like, folks, could you gather for the first dance? And I'd be like, I met. Now it's like, oh, hit the dangly bit in the back of my throat, Graham.
Yeah, it's part of their voice now.
How many girls, are there going to be girls like in the club thinking they're all badass, but if you were literally like, do you want me to fuck your uvula? Would they be like, actually, not really. I was just enjoying the lyrics.
I know.
Is there a lot of people that are all fart no shit?
Oh, I would definitely say so, yeah.
They like playing the character of, oh, I've got a fucking drippy ass puss. I'm a dirty bitch.
Well, this is what it is to be a woman.
I'll
like.
slide up and down your pipe and all. And then some guy's like, I'll fucking like slide up and down my pipe. And they're like,
No.
not in real life. In my mind life.
I think women are just getting a chance now to like
you get a guy-
express themselves now. So they're like, there's been a lot of sort of revolutionary things for women recently. So it's a bit like, we're allowed to say this, but you're not allowed to actually just try to do this to us ever.
Yeah, because like if you openly talked about that, with your mates or your family, oh, there's our Michelle. What's she into? She just loves fucking getting a wet ass pussy and fucking sliding up and down pipes, getting hit in the fucking dangly bit in the back of her throat. You know what I mean? It's like,
I don't think people talk about it like that though. No. I think
even within your friend group, like if there was one really overtly sexual person who was like, do you want to go out tonight and just get fucked in the neck? You'd be like, well, I think we should leave her at home next time.
there's always one in there.
Begley. Anyway, I thought there was more questions. It's mainly people just going, when are the hats on sale? The hats will be on sale very soon. That'll be out in the sort of September, autumn range. And then we'll have another Christmas drop, and then we'll have a spring drop, and then a summer. I'm gonna have to plan ahead. I'm gonna have to bat now. But there are shorts in the works, which is gonna be a great thing for November.
Yeah.
Shorts all year, player. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Pull it to the side, reveal the wet ass pussy. Oh, let me just go and do it. My cobra here. My baby cobra. We're gonna get out of here, Maureen, because
My baby cobra.
we've got shows to announce coming up in September. You'll know about it when you fucking know about it. I can't say anything just yet. But, everyone's dipping their toe in the water. And I tell you what I'm doing. I'm fucking hitting you in the back of the throat with the comedy.
Man.
Everyone's dabbing. Everyone's like, we'll try this. We'll do this. We'll do this. And I'm like, nah. Full-blown productions. Nights out. Come on out. Big show. That'll be announced tomorrow. And then tickets will be on sale Friday, and we're going to have a fucking great old time. Aren't we?
Yeah, you need something like this, you know what I mean?
You need to get back to it. It's going to be socially
gotta be out
distanced. We've done a lot of
It's
work.
going to be careful, obviously.
We've
But
done a lot of fucking work to make sure that it works right. It will work right. And yeah, if you film it, I'll come off that stage at you like a fucking spider monkey.
hit you in the dangly bit in the back of your throat.
I'll be cobra out, stiff as a cobra, and I'll fucking leap off the stage and I'll hit you in the uve.
Yeah.
Right in the uvula. I mean, that's if I'm getting the cold, that's the first bit of me that gets sore. I'll be like, my dangly bit's sore. I'm getting the cold. And then I just shovel paracetamols into me and drink loads of water. But you can't go into the chemist now after that song and be like, my wee dangly bit in the back of my throat's sore. And they're like, oh,
What have you been doing?
what have you been doing with your wet ass pussy? It depends how you say that.
Wet ass.
Yeah. Is that the wet ass pussy? That's what they
Ass
call it in
pussy?
jail. Man, you know, you see all those documentaries about jail. It's like, man, he got that sweet ass pussy. I watched the documentary about jail, and this big fucking scary dude literally called it pussy, but he meant banging, like raping men. Man, you gotta get that pussy in here. And by pussy, I mean Roy over here is gonna get tied to a bunk bed and I'm gonna fuck him in the asshole.
Right, we've been talking about too much of that for this. That's enough now.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Yeah, thanks for being my guest today, Maureen. Maybe in the future when you're famous and have a famous podcast like Michelle Obama,
Yeah.
you'll come on again.
Thank you.
We'll be back Thursday with MMA fighter Rhys McKay. And no doubt we will talk about his last fight in the UFC.
That'll be exciting.
Just to clear up some stuff. Cheers for listening. FlowCBD.Ltd.com. Get yourself some CBD oil. Give it to your pet. Give it to yourself. Make everyone loose and all loosey-goosey.
And look up blood transfusion service Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
See if you can donate. Yeah. You just feel great. You
Yeah.
actually will feel really good about yourself. That's the one good thing.
And if you're on the
About it.
Patreon, you will get a discount for the
blood?
for the Flow CBD.
Oh.
Yeah. I tried to donate blood, but you can't just bring it in a cup.
No, I don't like that.
I had it in a Tesco bag in the back of the car for about a month, and then I remembered one day, shit, I have blood to donate here, and I tried to take it in. They were fucking ungrateful, is the word I would say. Aren't they? We can't take these clots. There's clots of clots, lots of clots. Lotsofclots.com to give away some blood. Right, see you later, guys. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Flow.